programa. Lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon, this is Cool News at 4. I'm Carl. As you can see, we are not currently live in our usual Cool News studios because in few hours we will be live in a brand new Cool Studios building, so stay tuned for that one later. Anyways, let's get into the headlines. Fuel prices will increase beginning Tuesday, September 24. All companies have announced in separate advisories. Sea Oil, Clean Fuel, Petrogas, and Shell Pilipinas said the per liter cost will rise by 1.10 pesos for gasoline and 20 centavos for diesel. Kerosene, on the other hand, has no price movement during the period. These upwards adjustments in the prices of gasoline and diesel came 2 weeks after big price rollbacks on petroleum products. Rodela Romero, director of the Department of Energy's All Industry Management Bureau, earlier said the increases could be blamed on external factors such as the U.S. Fed Reserve's aggressive interest rate cut and the Middle East conflict. As of September 17, the year-to-date net increases of gasoline and diesel stood at 4.85 pesos and 1.75 pesos per liter, respectively. Kerosene, meanwhile, had a net decrease of 6.35 pesos a liter. Dismissed Babang Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo will remain in the Pasig City Jail as the court order to prevent her transfer from Camp Karim was issued only after she had already been moved to the facility. Philippine National Police spokesperson Colonel Juan Forjado disclosed over the weekend that Guo's camp filed a very urgent motion to remain at the PNP coastal facility, citing the alleged threats against her life. However, the Pasig City Regional Trial Court Branch 167 released its order only after Guo had already been transferred to Pasig City Jail's female dormitory at around 9:30 a.m. Monday. While this court already issued a commitment order dated 19 September 2024 directing to transfer of the custody of the accused movement to the Pasig City Jail female dormitory, the chief of the NCR CIDG National Capital Region Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Coastal Facility, Camp Karim, Quezon City, is directed to hold in abeyance the transfer of the custody of the accused movement pending the resolution of the subject motion, Fortuno said, reading the court order. This is to safeguard the rights of the accused movement, which is Guo, and so as not to deprive her of the remedies that are available to her under the rules of court, she further read. In response, Fortuno said that CIDG would file a manifesto informing the court of Guo's transfer. We will also ask for clarification whether or not she needs to return here or she will remain in the custody of BJMP, subject wisdom and discretion of the said court, she disclosed in the press conference. We already informed our PNP lawyers and they are already coordinating with the prosecutor of the Department of Justice regarding the latest order issued by the presiding judge of RTC Branch 167, the police official added. In a separate statement, BJMP spokesperson J. Rex Pustinera said that Guo will remain under the custody until a new court order will be issued by the court. If the court orders the BJMP to transfer her back to PNP, we will comply. As of the moment, no additional court order has been received by the BJMP. She will remain in our custody until further notice, he said. In this order dated September 23, the court said a hearing is scheduled on September 27 at 8:30 a.m. regarding the motion filed by Guo's camp. The dismissed mayor was detained at the PNP coastal facility for over 2 weeks before she was transferred to Pasig City Jail on Monday morning. Guo will temporarily be detained in a cell with recovering tuberculosis patients after she was diagnosed with a suspected lung infection. She will eventually join 43 other detainees in cell number 3 upon her recovery. Resource persons will no longer be allowed to avoid taking the oath to tell the truth during hearings of the House of Representatives. Manila 3rd District Representative Joe Chua said what Vice President Sara Duterte did during the House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability last week would not set a precedent for other resource persons. Duterte refused to take out during that hearing, which discussed a lawmaker's foolish speech about issues surrounding the budget of her office. This forced lawmakers to set direct questions to other resource persons. All the witnesses and resource persons are required to take an oath for us to know if they're saying the truth and nothing but the truth, the panel had said in a statement Sunday. This does not mean that this incident, because we allowed a resource person not to take an oath, would be the precedent for the next committee hearings. That will not happen, he added. According to Chua, what Duterte did during the committee hearing last September 18 is a contemptible action, but they chose to let it slide out of respect for the office of the vice president. Chua, however, noted that the committee's leniency in that instance was an exception and should not be seen as a deviation from established rules. In fact, this is a ground for witnesses to be cited for contempt, but out of respect for the office of our vice president, we overlooked this and let it go, he explained. We allowed our honorable vice president to refrain from taking an oath out of respect for her position in her office which she represents as vice president, he added. There have so far been zero stranded passengers amid the two-day transport strike organized by groups Manibela and Piston, the Land Transportation Franchisee and Regulatory Board said on Monday. According to LTFRB Chair Teofilo Diaz III, the agency, through the Interagency Tico Pasada with the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority and the Department of Transportation, regularly monitors the commuter situation in various parts of Metro Manila. Right now, I am happy to tell you that there are no stranded passengers and hopefully after their two-day strike, there will be no stranded passengers, Guadias said in Filipino in the palace briefing. Guadias brushed off early reports of stranded commuters in several parts of Metro Manila. First of all, those who are said to be stranded, these are the regular traffic on a Monday. There are many passengers. There are really few jeepneys passing by because of the traffic, he said. These are regular traffic scenes. These are not stranded passengers. Meanwhile, Guadias also noted that only a few jeepney drivers and operators joined the transport strike staged by Manibela and Piston. Based on photos posted by Manibela, dozens of commuters flocked to the sides of the street to wait for a ride, particularly in Pasig, Las Piñas, and Quezon City. Piston and Manibela claimed that around 90,000 members of their members were expected to join the nationwide strike to protest the government's public transport modernization program. And a suspected infection was detected in the left lung of dismissed Baba Mayor Alice Guo, according to Philippine National Police spokesperson Colonel Juan Farjado. In a chance interview outside the Pasig City Jail on Monday, Farjado said that Guo underwent a medical examination before leaving the PNP custody facility. As a matter of procedure before turning over to Bureau of Jail Management and Pathology, she underwent required medical and physical examination conducted by the PNP General Hospital and the forensic group. During the medical examination, the doctor found a probable infection in her left lung, Farjado to reporters. So, PJMP, upon receiving Alice Guo, will now have the disposition on how to treat this possible infection, she added. The PNP official said the findings will conduct confirmatory tests by the Bureau of Jail Management and Pathology. The doctor of the PNP General Hospital said that her infection might have developed on Friday and over the weekend, Farjado said. The possible infection was found through her chest x-ray results. She also has a slight cold and she was also coughing earlier, she added. Farjado said this could possibly be due to stress and fatigue. Last September 20, the former mayor was cleared from the medical examination, but her supposed transfer was postponed due to slight delays in the legal procedure. PGMP spokesperson J. Rex Bustinera said Guo will temporarily stay at an area where 3 tuberculosis patients are currently recovering. The isolation cell is small, only around 10 square meters. The advice of the doctor is to convert the findings in her x-ray and to undergo an expert testing. But for other tests, she was cleared, Bustinera revealed. An expert lab test will be administered within the day. This test is made to confirm tuberculosis impression in the X-ray result of Alice's school. If the result is negative for TB, she will be housed in cell number 3, which currently houses 43 persons deprived of liberty, he added. She will eventually join 40 other detainees in a cell upon her recovery. Bustinera said Go is already wearing PGMP pants, a yellow PDL shirt, and a mask. Around 9:30 a.m. on Monday, Go arrived at the female dormitory of the Pasig City Jail. She was detained at the PNP Coastal Facility for over 2 weeks. It is now 4:11 in the afternoon, and koolNews at 4 will be right back. cool news at 4. Let's continue with the headlines. The Office of the Ombudsman is seeking 975 million pesos additional funding for 2025. Deputy Secretary Ronald Chua bared this budget request during the Senate Subcommittee of Finance Monday hearing. This is on account of the intended creation of 62 lawyer positions, which would augment the manpower of the Office of the Ombudsman. This additional manpower would entail a funding requirement of about 557 million pesos for fiscal year 2025, Chua explained. Ombudsman Samuel Martirez later interjected, saying that the request remained pending before the Department of Budget and Management. This, I hope, will address this problem in ordinate delay. But I don't think that this is only on administrative aspects as far as I'm concerned, Martirez said. He also said he would still request the Senate and the House of Representatives that the issue of inordinate delay be defined by law. The Office of the Ombudsman also intends to establish satellite offices across the country. This initiative would then require an additional 400 million pesos. Finally, we also intend to augment non-legal employees of the Office of the Ombudsman, for which an additional 18 million pesos is intended to be allocated, Chua said. In the same hearing, the Senate Subcommittee on Finance greenlighted the Office of the Ombudsman's proposed 5.824 billion pesos budget for 2025. It was deemed submitted at the committee level and will be transmitted for plenary approval. Education Secretary Sonia Aguera on Monday ordered to expedite the procurement of textbooks and other learning tools and speed up the Department of Education's infrastructure projects for 2025. Aguera issued the Memorandum 049 as 2024, maintaining the early procurement activities across the agency, with bidding processes set to begin as early as October 2024. We are making every effort to improve our procurement process and accelerate its pace, Aguera's statement read. According to the DepEd, the EPA will allow the agency to ensure that contracts for goods, infrastructure projects, and consulting services are awarded ahead of 2025, covering all procurement stages. The EPA will apply to all DepEd's procurement projects through competitive bidding and alternative methods, excluding repeat orders, emergency cases, and small value procurements. The DepEd Central Office will focus on high-priority projects, including textbooks, e-learning card packages, testing materials, and learning equipment. Meanwhile, the regional and school divisions offices will focus on their respective projects, including those overseen by the central office, such as smart TV packages, laptops, school furniture, electrification projects, school health facilities, and the construction of last-mile school buildings. Based on the DepEd's timeline, the agency is targeting to award contracts and notices to proceed by January 2025. And police and the narcotic operators confiscated more than 1.6 million pesos worth of shabu from 5 suspected drug traffickers who were arrested on Sunday, September 22 in bypass operations in Pantangas and Quezon Province. The Police Regional Office 4A, or Pro-A 4A, on Monday reported that operators in Pantangas arrested aliases Romel and Dalia at 3:17 p.m. after they sold 300,000 pesos worth of shabu to an undercover cop in the transaction in Barangay Tulo. The suspects were allegedly found in possession of a nut-type plastic containing meat weighing 200 grams with an estimated value of more than 1,360,000 pesos and a weighing scale. In Jumacatown, Quezon, local anti-narcotics lawmen arrested Alan, Jason, and Guerrero in Barangay Villapota at 3:17 p.m., Colonel Don Monte, Quezon Police Chief said in another report. Seized from the suspects were 7 plastic sachets containing shabu weighing 42.4 grams worth 288,592 pesos. Pantangas and Quezon Police were conducting further investigations to determine the source of the illegal drugs. The arrested suspects, except Guerrero, who is an identified street-level pusher, are classified as high-value individuals in the illegal drugs trade. They were detained and are facing complaints of violating the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Let's get into the international headlines now, as China has urged its citizens in Israel to leave as soon as possible as tensions between Israel and Lebanon's Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah escalate. Currently, the situation along the Israel-Lebanon border is extremely intense, with frequent military conflicts, China's embassy in Israel said in a statement on Sunday. The security situation in Israel remains severe, complex, and unpredictable, the statement added. The embassy urged Chinese citizens in Israel to return home or relocate to safer areas as soon as possible. Israel and Hezbollah threatened on Sunday to escalate their cross-border attacks despite international calls for both sides to step back from the brink of all-out war. And Israel airstrike in the densely populated Hezbollah stronghold in southern Beirut Friday killed the head of Hezbollah's elite Radwan force, Ibrahim Aqil. It came after a series of coordinated communications device blasts on Tuesday and Wednesday across Lebanon that killed 39 people and wounded almost 3,000, and which were blamed on Israel. China last month asked its citizens in Lebanon to leave after an Israeli strike in the country killed a senior Palestinian militant. In 10 years or so, there could be more funerals than baby showers to attend as the number of deaths outstrips births among Singaporeans. If or when this happens, Singapore's population would shrink without immigration. This will have far-reaching consequences, including for the size of Singapore's workforce and economic dynamism, say academics who study population issues. It will also have an impact on the caregiving burden and the social fabric, they noted. On September 9, Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Indrani Raja, said in a written reply to a parliamentary question, based on current trends, the number of citizen deaths could exceed the number of citizen births in the first half of the 2030s. She was responding to non-constituency MP Hasapoa, who had asked for the number of citizen deaths in the past decade and the year in which this figure would exceed citizen births. There were 24,726 citizen deaths in 2023. This was a 40% jump from 17,691 deaths in 2014. In contrast, citizen births fell over the same time period. A PMO spokeswoman told the Straits Times that there were 28,877 such births in 2023, a 30% fall from 33,193 in 2014. Citizen births refer to those of babies who have at least one Singaporean parent, such babies automatically get Singapore citizenship at birth, said the spokeswoman. In reply, Ms. Andrani said the projections are meant to illustrate the growth and change in population that could happen if certain demographic assumptions prevail over the projected period. These assumptions may or may not be realized, she added. These assumptions refer to those made about future fertility rates, immigration, and life expectancy, the PMO spokeswoman said. As we are running out of time, let's get into the showbiz news now. As two-time Paris Olympics gold medalist Carlos Yulo continued to stay mum about his rift with his family, but this time admitted to having committed mistakes that caused him to suffer from karma. Yulo and his girlfriend Jose Sanjos were guests of Tony Gonzaga in her vlog, which was broadcast on her YouTube channel on September 22. In the interview, Gonzaga noted that Yulo's family has been vocal about their misunderstanding, shooting posts and comments here and there on social media, while the gymnast mostly kept to himself, with Santos acting as his defender. It's too personal. It shouldn't be something that people and the whole country should know about. For me, I know to myself and in my heart that I forgave them. I admitted to myself that I was also wrong. I had my karma because it was wrong to talk back to them. Of course, I was emotional. I want to fight for myself in our relationship, he said. Yulo did not explain what mistake he was referring to and what kind of karma he dealt with. However, it would be recalled that following his historic win at the Paris Olympic, he suffered public backlash after he and Sancho spoke up against his mother, Angelica. And that is it for koolNews at 4. As always, If you have any news suggestions or feedback that you'd like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, I'm Caro. We will see you later for more news highlights with Cool News at 6 at the brand new Cool Studios building. Goodbye for now.